Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. This is on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. I'm going to put the dice and the card information below that I'm going to be using for this set. That way you can easily find it. Also, if you're anywhere near Herkimer, New York, I'm offering some live readings if you're interested. That should be below too. I should have added that by now. There's info below on how to get a reading from me on here, and I'll get the email up here too. So if you'd like an email from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. That being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? So things are supposed to line up. Whatever this is, something is like finally getting solved. I don't know. I feel like it says great adventure. A whole new no, it's not a whole new one. It's kind of like it's not a whole new one. Okay, it's not a whole new one. I have to make sure I understand that. I've been waiting for the ship to set sail. I feel like I've taken little like roundabouts. How do you explain that? I don't think roundabout is the right word. Because I keep seeing this. This is a very strong card in this reading. And I get like the great adventure, but the ship, it's kind of like, I keep seeing myself on these little boats. Like, oh, I've taken a couple hour trips. I've even gone on a day or two trip. But this is going to be the main voyage. Like, I'm getting ready for the main voyage. I've done a little of this. I've done a little of that. I have some experience in this situation. But it's never really hit that stride that I wanted it to hit. And it's looking like it's getting ready to start forming. Is it forming or is it there? It's kind of like, yeah, I've been a part of this before, but it's never taken off like I wanted it to. Yeah, but you're getting somewhere. Lover's card, like this, which means it's starting to show up, but it's not totally there yet. And then you got the Page of Swords, information coming your way. Information, there's a lot of information coming your way. I feel like it's kind of disconcerting / brutal. However it's coming in, I don't feel like it's the most comfortable. But it is dislodging something. It's like whatever you've been doing, something has been a little off. Maybe something was flat out just wrong and you just didn't know it. Welcome to life. I mean, not all of us have that. Sooner or later, we look back and we're like, yeah, that was wrong, but I didn't realize it at the time. It might be one of those things. It might be very easily one of those things. And it's brutal information, but it's very empowering. And it's heavy to start with, but it's kind of like, all right, well, now I know, so I changed what I've been doing. And by that happening, you're getting rid of this card. This card, the way I laid these out, which you can't see the spread obviously, but it's kind of like it was falling into the past. It's kind of like maybe there was this belief or this feeling that I can only have so much success, or this can only go so well, or something. There's some type of limitation, and it was stagnating the situation and not letting it really go where you wanted it to. And I feel like it was starting to create its own energy of like, well, maybe this is as good as this gets. That's going out the window. Along with that, in the past are some blocks from the past. This information, while brutal, is very freeing and bringing you a level of success that's been eluding you. It's uncomfortable. It's definitely uncomfortable. I also feel, again, I'm going to say this, I say this in some of my other readings. Watching this reading doesn't make it happen. It's either there or it's not. So some people are like, they don't want to watch certain things. They're like, well, I don't want that to happen. Well, that's not how this works. It's either there or it's not. So this reading isn't going to make it happen for you. It's either there or it's not. Because whatever's coming in, the Ace of Cups is coming in right with it. That great adventure, great voyage. It's coming in. And I keep feeling like I see that ship, but I feel like I'm choosing my ship. I'm choosing when I'm going to leave. I'm choosing what's going to be on that ship. I'm choosing who's going to go with me. I don't feel like it's happening all right now. I feel like I'm seeing what I need to do, and I'm seeing like, oh, I kept doing that. Now I need, if I do this, this actually creates the experience I'm looking for. And that harsh information is really opening a door for you. Other people or other circumstances are lining up. Let me just do the dice on that, because I get like there's a lining up that's coming from multiple directions. People are letting go. The Four of Cups reversed. So this is the Two of Pentacles. That's right set up. But the Four of Cups reversed is telling me, like, people are not getting caught up on what's not working. I feel like people rather go with you than go against you. People rather go with you than against you. This might also be a piece of this that maybe isn't normal, where people just kind of go with you instead of against you on this subject. And I'm getting that there's a lot of like free conversation. What do we mean by free conversation? Free conversation. I'm getting that that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Free conversation. Okay, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Free conversation. Other people might be letting down their guard, or there might be some people who were gatekeeping. Maybe that's what we mean by free conversation. There maybe have been some gatekeeping going on here that's just the gates being left open. Don't point it out. Just don't point it out. If you notice, like, people were gatekeeping before, but some people are letting you in as if that never was there, or as if you were allowed in, just go with it. Just don't point it out. Don't point it out. Because I'm getting like something that might have been held back is coming forward, and this is something you should have. I feel like this reading is saying, just don't point out to people that, oh, I'm not usually allowed in here. Just don't say it. Don't say it. Just go with it. This is fair. This is fine. Let the universe give you what you should have. Because I keep getting this energy of like, oh, I feel like I got away with something. I feel like I got away with something. It's whatever was being, I feel like it was gatekeeping. And when I feel gatekeeping, it's like people are blocking things that they really shouldn't be blocking. Sometimes people block stuff just so they can have that control feeling. To me, gatekeeping is invalid. There's a difference between, all right, we're slowing something down and we're not letting everybody in because there's certain reasons, like valid reasons why this would be bad to just let people in. There's a difference between that and just people saying, I just don't want to. I want you to, make me happy before I let you in. You have to meet my requirements before I let you in. There's a difference between that. Meaningful, we gotta wait, you can't come in yet, versus I just don't want to let you in. Gatekeeping is I just don't want to let you in. That's what I'm getting from this when I'm saying gatekeeping. And it feels at first like I'm getting away with something maybe I shouldn't be, but it's not really how it's going. Be careful with this. Don't get sucked in helping everybody. Sagittarius, extremely helpful, extremely successful. You know how you are. You help people, you're very good. That's one of the reasons people love Sagittarius. Very helpful. That's great. It is. Not right now. Not right now. When you get past this gate, don't get involved in helping everybody else. I know that's a beautiful thing, but at first they're saying try not to do that. Try to stay, because there's going to be the need. People are going to try to suck you into their projects. They're going to try to suck you into their projects. It's going to keep you from getting what you want. You're not, like, you want this adventure. You want this great adventure. Not going to get on that boat if you're helping other people fix their own. If you're helping other people fix their boats, you can't get on your boat. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the time for that. Every now and then you got to do for you. This is a time to do for you. This is like, okay, can I have the dice? Because I don't know if it's brutal or not, but like, the wheel is there for you in a good way. It came right. The Wheel of Fortune came up on the dice and it landed on the Ace of Cups, saying, don't look to help other people. Look to help you for this time. It doesn't make you a selfish person for every now and then for you to just do for you. Especially when Sagittarius tends to help everybody. Help you this time. It's not selfish for you to help you this time. It's not. I'm telling you. It's not. The Four of Swords can happen. That's a healing card. It can happen. The trick with that is like realizing you're not doing anything wrong by helping yourself. You're not. Everybody should help themselves, to a point, not for nothing. It's kind of like help others is good, help yourself as well. Like there should be like a balance to that. You shouldn't be always helping other people. You also shouldn't be always helping yourself. And Sagittarius rarely is. It's a rare thing. So this is like, if you can get through this, do for you and not feel bad about it, that's where the healing can come in. Because I feel like if you take a quick self audit about all the times, like if I feel like for most of you, if you look back over the one day, let alone week or month, you can see where the majority of the time you've spent has been helping others probably. So just like every now and then, like you shouldn't feel guilty about doing something for you. You shouldn't be feeling bad about that at all. If you're able to do that, that's where the healing can come in. And then you can cross this bridge and you start getting onto that ship that you want to be on. Get on your voyage. Get to your success. The Tower card comes in with the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like I feel like it's too good to be true, and I feel like it's bothering me for some reason. Why is it bothering you? Because you go through a few different phases here, I'm noticing. Because the block is lifted, and I feel guilty about it. Why do we feel guilty about it? You got the Fool reversed, and you got the Two of Swords reversed. It's my time, but I feel like by me taking my time, I'm not helping everybody else on the planet. I'm helping myself for once. I just feel like Sagittarius rarely does for them. I feel like they mostly do for others. I could be wrong, but to me, it seems like the ones that I know, they tend to do that. That Two of Cups is right behind you on this card. That's where the healing would happen. If you can kind of like realize, you know what, there's no reason you can't have your time in the sun. There's no reason. There is this weird guilt, or like other people are pulling on your energy and it's making you feel like, oh, this isn't fair. I feel like I'm selfish by doing something for myself. For some of you, it's going to be this really heavy pull. Realize this is your turn. This is your turn. Let this be your turn. Let this be your turn. Let this be your turn. Other people benefit from your success. They will anyway. So you're not a selfish person. At least I don't think of Sagittarius as selfish. I see them as very, very giving. What does that say? Choosing your path. Choose your path. Do you want to keep negotiating it out with other people, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Or do you want to heal from this and realize it's time for things to negotiate more in your favor? It's kind of like putting more in your, like, it's, how do I explain this a little better? It almost reminds me of somebody like keeping a job because they're like, well, other people that benefit from me being there, I don't want to screw them over. And like, I've tried to give this part of my job away before and it never works out right. So it's kind of like, I feel guilty if I don't do it. Versus kind of like, but if I go into what I really want to do, I won't do that job anymore, and maybe that'll fall to the wayside, but I'm going to open doors for other people. I'm going to go into the next evolution, and there's going to be other people's lives I'm going to affect, and maybe I'll be able to teach something I didn't realize I was good at to somebody else. Maybe there's something else in the world that I'm actually going to give a positive influence to that just hasn't shown up yet. I have to let that door close so I can open the next one, and you will be giving to others. Sagittarius always gives to others. I just feel like they always do. They're very giving. I just don't feel like y'all can help yourselves. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I feel like y'all are very giving people. It's kind of like taking the world's weight off of your shoulders. Kind of like, I feel like I have to keep this going or else it's going to fail. There's also the harsh reality that no matter who you are watching this video right now, we humans don't live forever. So at some point that door will have to shut on it anyway. So if you willingly let it shut, it's probably easier for you versus it forcing itself shut at some point down the line. I mean, we're humans. We don't live forever. Not in these bodies anyway. You know what I'm saying? Not in these bodies. So I'm just saying. The view from above, I think I've been talking about this. It's kind of like seeing it from that extra step away. Like, you know, you've done good. You do help a lot of people. Ironically, you are one person. You're not going to save the world, but you do your part in making it a better place. So it's remembering that, you know, all right, I'm doing great here. I'm making a big difference here, and that's a great thing. and you're going to leave your influence when you walk away, but there's other places you'll still have a great influence. You'll still have that compounding energy. You've probably done it multiple times throughout your life, and you're going to do it again. It's just like the next incarnation of that same energy. Allow it to change. It's ironic that you might hold on to something and not let something change in that sense when Sagittarius is a very changing energy. It's very interesting to me how Sagittarius can hold on to certain things in different ways. But they're saying, see it from the aboves. Let things change. Let this new path come in for you. What is this? By you changing. See, it's very interesting because it's like part of you getting what you really want, part of you having this great adventure and getting on that boat that you've always wanted to get on. There's something here that you have to let go of that I feel like I'm feeling bad about letting go of. And it's on other people to pick up that baton and move it forward. Again, you're human. You can only do it for so long. It's on other people to decide to pick it up and take it to the next level. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that's my cat going after a bird. Thankfully, can't get through the window. It's on other people to find a different way to do things. I feel like for some people, by the way, I'm not saying this is fair, but you might have to be removed from the situation, and people might have to literally realize that the situation will not go like it did unless they do it themselves. You might have to be so far removed, like it may be a few months after you've left, before people are like, oh, remember when Sag used to do that? That used to be great. I wish somebody else would do that. And then somebody says, well, I guess I could do that. And then people pick up the baton maybe 2 to 3 months after you've left. It may be one of those things where they're like, well, I guess Sag isn't coming back, and we liked it when Sag did it, but I guess if we want it back, we have to do it ourselves. Might be 2 to 3 months. In case that makes a difference for some of you, because sometimes it works out that way, until they're like, well, I guess it really isn't happening unless we do it ourselves. Now the Sag has been gone for a couple months, so if we want that back, I guess we got to do it ourselves, and it may create its own life at that point. So it's just interesting to me. For you to get what you really want, you have to get past the guilt of letting go of something else that you feel obligated to keep. I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.